Hello guys, what are you talking?
Oh, hi Farah, we are discussing yesterday material.
Oh yeah, what's material? Because yesterday I didn't go to the campus.
Material about the function of oral language.
Can you explain the material, please?
So, the function of oral language, sometimes called spoken language, includes speaking and listening the ways the human communicate with the another. Skill provide an foundation for words, reading, and comprehension. The are at the heart of listening and reading comprehension, serving as a predictor or verb.
In oral language, there are also three parts. The first is imaginative, representational, and personal.
Can you explain what the difference?
Okay, so imaginative is when children tell stories and create imaginary friends or concepts in their heads. It is an imaginative way of using language. Imaginative language usually occurs in leisure or play scenarios.
Can you give an example of imaginative?
Sure, the example of imaginative is if you pretend are in space, you remove yourself from the playground environment and into a fantasy world much more exciting. Imaginative also can help us perform, recite, and proper time.
Oh, so imaginative is like when we are in silence, but we keep imagining that we are in outer space and feel free to live in outer space, but it's only in imaginative. I understand now, thank you. And the number two is what the meaning of representational?
So, representational language occurs, we request information, however it differs from heuristic and personal function. It also refers to when we rely information. In other words, it describes to exchange of information between two more or people.
Can you give an example from representational?
For example, question like what is that and what does we do are representational. If this question is answered, it leads to an exchange for information.
Another example of representational language is when people rely information. Imagine someone telling a story such as I was walking down the street and a cat jumped in front of me. It really made me jump. This is an example of representational language because it relates information about event.
Oh, I see. So representational it happens if we ask friend for information. This representational representation describes two people who are exchanging information.
Representational also can help us to retell about the real words, express a proposition, report about things using description or narrative, and convey message.
And the last one is personal word.
Yes.
Can you explain about that personal?
So personal is expressing individuality, awareness of self, and pride. This function determines how we can express ourselves and express our personal opinions, identities, and feelings. A child can communicate their opinions and emotion in simple ways, using phrases such as I'm good or I'm happy.
The personal function in also can help to express and respond to ideas and opinion, express agreement and disagreement, seek, give, and deny permission to do something, and express approval or disapproval for a service provided.
For example, use the pronouns I or you to identify a specific person who is being spoken to. Example is the language used the here I come.
Also, the personal function can be used also also like we are express opinion, and maybe also feels like I like or I'm happy, and if I or you to identify specific person. I have understood from all your explanation and not important things, points such as explanation, example, and conclusion. Thank you guys.
Okay, Farah, anytime.